Hey freaks, it's JJ, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about things that suck about being a female metalhead. So in my YouTube analytics, it gives you like a whole breakdown of all your subscribers and all the people that watch your videos. And so on my channel, I was looking at it the other day, and a good 98% of you are male. So that leaves very small 2% of you as female. So I know I shouldn't be surprised. The metalhead community is definitely more of a boys' club, but that's okay. Anyway, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the struggles of being a female metalhead for all of you boys out there. And then also to give a shout out to all my female metalheads that also watch this channel. Thank you so much. You're not alone. Anyway, so let's jump right in. Number one thing that sucks about being a female metalhead. Other metalheads automatically think that you're a poser. So I've definitely been called a poser just because, and I know they might have given other reasons, but I'm pretty sure it's just because I'm a girl and they don't think that a girl can actually be into metal, or they're just, we're just doing it for attention or whatever. And I think a lot of people get confused because there are girls out there who are not metalheads and who just have like an edgier style or whatever. So I don't think any of those girls are trying to pretend to be metalheads or anything. I think that's just their style. And so a lot of the times I think other metalheads get confused with girls who are metalheads, and they think that, they're just wearing clothes because they think it looks cool, they think they want attention or whatever. I definitely don't think that's the case. I think all of us who are wearing the band shirts, actually know who the band is, with a couple of exceptions. I'm gonna go into that in a sec. So, obviously you all probably know that I love the band Tool, and I have quite a few Tool shirts. Anyway, so I wore it to work one day, and one of the other girls at my job, who is definitely more of like the classic California girl type. She said that she liked my shirt. I was like, oh, thank you. And I didn't expect her to know who Tool was. But then she said, I actually just bought a Tool shirt myself. I was like, oh, awesome. So I started trying to talk about like the band. I was like, oh my gosh, I love Tool. I went and saw them a couple of years, or I went and saw them last year, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And she said a couple passing comments, and I didn't think anything of it. But then later that day, she pulled out her phone and she showed me the shirt that she ordered from Amazon. And she's like, oh yeah, this is the Tool shirt that I have. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's the white one. It has some pink in it or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. And then she walked away, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But then as I started to think about it a little bit later, I was like, did she think that Tool was a brand? Did she even know that they were a band at all? My initial reaction was that she knew who they were, but then I was kind of analyzing our conversation, and she didn't say anything about their music. She didn't say anything about the band. She was just talking about how she liked the design of my shirt. So I don't know. I didn't go back to clear it up with her because I didn't want to. But yeah, I have a feeling she might have thought that it was an actual brand and not a band. Anyway, so those are not the type of girls I'm talking about. Some people may just actually be misguided and have no idea what they're buying if they're buying band shirts. But most of the time, if a girl professes to be a metalhead, I'm pretty sure she actually is a metalhead. The girls who just have darker style or whatever, I think that's just their style. I don't think they're going around telling people they're metalheads when they're not actually. So the whole thing of telling a girl she's a poser just because she's a girl, I mean, especially if you're at a concert. I've been called a poser at a concert. I'm here to see the band. What makes you think that I'm pretending? I paid money to be here. That's a long way to go to pretend to be something that you're not. Anyway, that aside, I mean, as a female metalhead, we get called posers all the time. I've made my peace with it. It's whatever. It just sucks. So point number 2 is merchandise. Specifically when you go to a show and their merch is all sold out in smalls. So Exhibit A is this 2X that I'm wearing. No, actually, I didn't buy this at a show. This is actually my husband's shirt. It was too small for him. But yeah, I have been to plenty of shows where they're all sold out of the smalls, and they don't have any girl-styled shirts. It's all this man style, which is fine. I like wearing the man style, and I can cut them up and whatever. But yeah, it kind of sucks when you really want to buy a shirt and they don't have anything in your size because they're all sold out. Or everything is that weird material that is just not gonna fit your body right, and you just wish you would have a tank top, a cute tank top or something. Anyway, so that's the thing that sucks. Sometimes they just don't have, a girl-shaped clothing, or they don't have girl sizes. But I have noticed that they, recently in the past few years, they're starting to trend more towards having, like, female-styled merchandise. Number 3 thing that sucks about being a female metalhead is getting groped at concerts. Yeah, it sucks. I recently read this thing on, I think it was on Bloodstock's festival website, and it had under the FAQs, it had this awesome thing. I think I'll throw it up somewhere on here, talking about not approaching people who do not want to be approached in head-on. So yes, if you read this, please abide by it. Don't hit on girls who don't want to be hit on. Don't obviously grab girls you don't know. So that kind of ties in with number 3, is like being hit on when you don't want to, and also getting touched at concerts when you don't want to. For the most part, I've been fairly lucky with this. I haven't had any like awful encounters. A girlfriend that I was with at a concert once, she did get rubbed up on quite a few times, and we had to tell the dude to fuck off. So it does happen, and that is, I think, a lot of the reason why some girls don't like to crowd surf, because they know that, you might get a boob grab or whatever in the process. I personally don't mind crowd surfing, but I think I would probably crowd surf more if I wasn't aware that people are probably going to be grabbing me inappropriately. So yeah, that's the thing that sucks about, being at concerts and stuff, is you might get some creepy dudes. So point number 4 is unasked opinions by people who are what I call normies, or like non-metalheads. They, for some reason, think that they have a right to tell you how to dress or what to do with your body. The whole like, oh, you're too pretty for all those piercings, or those tattoos aren't going to make you look any prettier, or like, what even is that? Like when you're wearing some like nasty graphic on your band shirt. Yeah, I don't know. It sucks, but it's just to be expected. I think maybe even guys experience this too, especially from the older generation, or your parents, or people who are just like, what are you doing with your life? You look crazy. But yeah, so especially for girls though, because somehow there's this expectation that you're supposed to be like pretty and like not like anything dark and stuff like that. So yeah, whatever. It's whatever, but it's annoying. So don't ever tell a girl that she's too pretty to have piercings. Like, that's just an insult. I don't know why anyone thinks that that's like okay to say, or like tattoos for that matter, like outright telling someone that they're like too feminine to have tattoos, or like tattoos take away from your femininity or whatever. I think it's stupid. You can think those things all you want, just like don't think it's any kind of like compliment when you're telling someone that to their face. Or my favorite of people who don't understand is, what are you, like, goth or something? I get that all the time. It's like the worst. Like, I don't think you even know what goth is. Like, I don't think I even know what goth is, but I know that's not what I am. Like, goth to me is a style. Like, I think there is music that goes with it and stuff too, but like, there's people just like assuming that you're a goth when they don't know what a goth is, and they use the word goth for like a blanket term for anyone who dresses or looks different than, everyone else, in that they have like a darker fashion style or whatever. Have you ever been called a goth? Like, I'm asking both men and women here. Like, have you ever been called a goth? I'm sure you have. I think it's something that we just live with as metalheads, is being called a goth all the time by normies who don't understand. Anyway, number 5 is hygiene at festivals. I'm not going to get into the, like, nitty-gritty of it, but let's just say it fucking sucks to have to go to a porta potty as a female at a festival. Because we have to sit down. Like, I don't think you guys understand how convenient it is for you to not have to sit on the nasty, gross toilet seat, and by day 4, it's just, like, a pile of shit, and you have to spend at least 10 minutes just, like, lining the whole seat with, like, 4 layers of toilet paper before you can even, like, think about sitting on it. To just be able to, like, not have to take your pants off to pee, it would just be nice. Especially because, like, I drink a lot at festivals, so therefore I have to pee a lot. And it takes forever, and I feel bad because all the guys are like, my guy friends are just waiting for me, and my husband's like, come on, we gotta get to the next show, but I'm like, I have to pee, and like, it's gonna take a while because I gotta do the thing, I can't touch the seat. And of course you could do the like little like hover thing where you like don't actually sit down on the toilet, but a lot of times I've had like too much beer to be able to do that like with any kind of confidence, so like I like need to sit down. Anyway, I've thought about investing in one of those like sheepy things so that you could pee standing up, which would be awesome. But at the same time, like what do you do with it after you use it? You just like put it in your purse like all gross? Like I don't know. I don't know how to figure out that the details on that. Anyway, if you've used a sheepy or you know someone who likes it, let me know, or hates it, let me know. I don't really understand how they work exactly, but I don't know if you guys know how much it sucks to have to go to a porta potty as a female. It just takes longer and it's a pain in the ass, and we typically have smaller bladders than you. So anyway, so those are my 5 things that suck about being a female metalhead. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and also please, all you maybe 2 or 3 ladies out there, please let me know your presence down in the comments. Let me know you're here, and you're not alone with me on this. And even if you're a guy, let me know if you can think of any other problems that might arise from being of the opposite gender. Like what else do you think did I not include in this list that would suck? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to do part 2 is things that are awesome about being a female metalhead. So stay tuned for that. I'll be posting that here pretty shortly. Anyway, if you guys want to get notified when I give out some metalhead news, I recently started a newsletter. So I don't know if any of you subscribed to my last website, but I have recently gone and revamped the whole thing, switched to a new like website hosting service, and so a lot of my stuff was lost, so I'm sorry if you signed up for my newsletter last time. I don't have your email anymore. But you can go down into the comments and subscribe to my Metalhead newsletter, get updates and bonus content, and all that good stuff. So yes, if you want to do that, also don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already to get notified when I put out new videos. And thanks for watching, guys.